Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. In the very exciting build up to the Minara Business Awards 2022 happening on the 28th of October, inshallah, Hilaal TV is proud to be live broadcasting the event. And in the build up, we're having a chat with a few of the nominees, understanding, some lessons, some stories, some inspiration, some hope. And with me today is Zahida Kara Suleiman. Zahida, assalamu alaikum. Thank you for joining us.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah for giving me the opportunity to join you.
Oh, no, it's absolute pleasure. Now, tell us about the story that got us to where we are today, or got you to where you are today.
Okay, I started my company in 2006. The idea of starting the company at that time was to spend more time with my kids. And at the same time, I also thought, this is something that I could create. So I decided to set up a company called Kaizen. Continuous improvement systems. The company's name comes from a Japanese name, and Kaizen means continuous improvement. So what we actually do is we go into various sectors and we assist businesses to get them accredited. So there's internal audits we do for them, we do their training, and we actually reach them to a stage where they can be accredited with the SABS, DQS, all the certification bodies. So the various sectors are the manufacturing sector. I've done paper, plastic, chemicals. I've done the food industry as well, some recycling companies as well. And currently I'm busy with a company that does transformers. So that is very, very interesting. And we actually assisting them to get their certification. I think the certification will help them a lot in terms of getting tenders, government tenders, and that's how the business would actually grow.
Alhamdulillah. And tell us, a little bit about the lessons. And you said started, 16 years ago. But tell us about a few of the challenges that you came across along the way.
There were quite a few challenges that along the way when I started the business. Firstly, I needed to manage my time between my family life and the work life. There was lots of hours that I put in. Initially, I used to work in the early parts of the morning just to balance my home life. And besides those challenges, the other challenges that I faced was, as being a female entrepreneur, I was more in a male-dominating world. So initially when I started, it was very difficult for me to get business. I was very young, and I would walk into these corporate companies and they would look at me, I would do the whole interview, and I never actually got the business. And I carried on pursuing to make sure that, I can do this. And yes, my first client was one of a very good company. They were based in the Randburg area. One of the head offices were based in the UK, and that was my first client. And from there, word of mouth, and alhamdulillah, look, there's been lots of challenges even with COVID. But we were fortunate with COVID. We had to look at different ways of doing business. We started doing it online, going over Zoom, learning Teams, learning everything that needed to be done online. So alhamdulillah, with that, I think we were quite busy from the perspective that most of these companies that came on board wanted to do the hand sanitizers. And they needed to then get some sort of accreditation in the market to show that this product can be used. So we had to start systems on them, help them, assist them to get to the masking side. So that was quite a challenge because I was learning also at the same time. It's new standards, but at the end of the day, we got the clients accredited.
What a great story. Tell us a little bit about scaling the business, because very often there's challenges in starting a business, and then you start a business, but then in growing a business, that has its own challenges. What was some of your experience in growing and scaling the business?
Look, initially it was very difficult. As I indicated, you've been a female in a male-dominating work. But fortunately that there was a lot of people that I knew, actually that were in the actual field, and I knew people that actually had lots of expertise. So then I decided that if it wouldn't work if I work alone, and I started getting other people in terms of growing the business. So a good way would be is the previous company that I worked for, they came to me and said they needed help. So I started then going in and assisting them with their clients. And look, the growth initially was a bit slow, and I didn't want to actually grow very big at that time because my kids were small. And I thought, looking after all three kids, I needed to divide my time. But it was something that I continued doing. And at the moment, they're quite older now, and I have more time to actually grow it even further. And our next step now is that we want to become a certification body.
Wow.
So the certification, we feel that in South Africa, customer service is very important. And the fact that we go into these companies, assist them to grow, getting their government tenders, making sure that from where they started, there's always growth, because the systems that we implement covers their risk within the company, their objectives, their strategic direction. And we felt, okay, so we're doing the actual work. And then sometimes we have concerns where our certification bodies take a bit of a while to come back to the client to actually get certified. So that's my next step. That would be starting the certification body. But it wouldn't be me alone. There's a whole group of us, and most of them have like 2 decades of experience in the field. And we're hoping to, inshallah, pursue that. And I think with Almighty's blessings, there's nothing impossible to do.
Most definitely. I mean, I think that's a lesson in itself. I mean, we always need to be looking for the next thing in our businesses or what the next innovation may be. And I think, any business is born out of a need. And you've seen a need now to take the business, expand the business in a different direction. And we commend you on that. But thank you for sharing the lessons and your journey with us today. We wish you all the luck with the Minara Business Awards, inshallah.
Jazakallah. And congratulations to everybody that's finalists. And as I indicated before, we're all winners. And at the end of the day, it's what value we add that's more important.
Agreed. And I think it's about, the inspiration that your story may lend to someone watching or one of the viewers. Because very often, we don't like to tell our stories because we feel that, we need to be a little bit humble, etc., etc. But, in the safety of sharing and collaborating and telling our stories, I believe, inshallah, there can be success on that. We wish you all of the best, both in your business and with the awards, and may Almighty continue to bless you, inshallah.
Jazakallah. Thanks so much for your time. And thanks to Minara also for giving us this opportunity, to look at us female entrepreneurs in terms of the hard work that we do as well.
Inshallah. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.